Hi guys and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Ruka.
And we're giving you a part 2 of Hot or Not on Joran, the Princess of Snow and Blood.
So I thought that the first thing that was interesting was episode 2. It had sort of a film noir vibe. And also I felt like sometimes they had a Disney Classics vibe in terms of the music. I would say in particular Fantasia with the backdrop, but at the same time they still somehow managed to keep it so Japanese, and that was with the music as well. I really don't know how they made all these styles just work, and it just went perfectly.
Well, okay, I kind of got definitely the old school Japanesey vibes with a hint of like that whole Asian area vibe with the whole Chinesey Japanesey thing going on. The poetry was amazing, the backdrop was amazing, the animation was amazing, the story was amazing. Bruv, I knew I was gonna like it from the time that Ruka presented this to me. I knew I was gonna like it from the first Hot or Not, from the first episode. Ruka was on the fence, but you lot already know what the results were, and I kind of feel I was right on this one.
I actually did not think I was going to like it. I did not want to watch it. And after episode 1, I still felt the same way. I wasn't interested. I was like, I know I'm not going to like this. If you're coming to this for a plot, I would say don't bother.
What?
I don't think that the plot was very strong here.
What?
I felt like from episode 1, you thought you were going to have like loads of civil unrest and you were going to have these undercurrents, but they kind of were only mentioned as little background things, and they only really invested into like how bad it had gotten near the end. But it was something that they just filtered in there sometimes, but it didn't really seem like it was the main point. It wasn't the main point. That really wasn't the story here anyway, so I get that. However, visually, it is probably one of the best animes that I have watched. Visually, it is breathtaking.
I have to agree with Ruka on this one slightly. I mean, I thought the plot was good because I looked at it like the way I looked at Memoirs of a Geisha. We weren't talking about the society, we were looking at Yakimura's story. And Yakimura's story, oh my gosh, like on a level. If you have not watched this, stop the video now. Go and watch every episode and then come back and then feel the feels with us. Feel the feels, like literally. I don't care what anyone says. This anime brought out some feelings inside me that I didn't realize something could give. And it wasn't just, oh my god, you know what, beat his ass, you know that meme. It wasn't just that, it was everything else about it. It was beautifully wrapped up, and that was me.
Yeah, I agree as well. It wasn't about all of the stuff that they made it seem that it was going to be about in episode 1. It really is Sawa's story, and it's like her personal journey and the way that they captured it, the emotional scenes, and there are a lot of them. So before you go and watch it, get some tissues next to you. Like, it is sad, it is beautifully done. Like, all of the fight scenes are so artistically done. Everything is in like a slow pace, so if you're looking for like a proper action type of anime, that's not what you're gonna get here. They are really beautifully drawn, and the fights seem to freeze a portion of what would be happening simultaneously in order to give you a full picture of everything that is going on in like a full shot. So I actually appreciated when they did that. I don't know if it was on purpose, but it felt like it was intentionally done, and that was much appreciated because you got to see everything up close.
There was lots of themes that were going on in this anime. So like you had the theme of revenge and loss, and like there were so many twists and turns and plot twists here and stuff that if this was any other medium or anime, I would have been like, what the hell was going on here? You don't know what direction you're going. But somehow it just worked. Like, the bad guy that we were told was the bad guy wasn't the bad guy. Look, this anime is so good that I'm doing my best not to spoil it, and you know how much I just don't care. Because if you're looking at our videos and you're watching our channel, we assume you've already watched it.
Personally, I don't agree with you. I think that it was a very predictable plot. I felt like I was predicting everything way too soon. It's not a thinking anime, in my opinion. Like, it's very easy twists and turns to get. The only thing I was wrong about was the little girl. I thought she was gonna die, and she didn't.
You were warned, guys. Look, Asahi, which is a wicked name, by the way, go buy the drink, it's actually fantastic. But Asahi, yeah, is like an amazing character throughout this. She played the role of Jiminy Cricket in Pinocchio for me in this anime. She was the conscience, she was the good side, she was the pure innocence. And obviously that just needed to be corrupted. And it was, because even from her humble beginnings, yeah, she was innocent, but she weren't in an innocent place. And she was introduced to Sawa in one of the worst ways you can be introduced to someone. And it just seemed to be like a progression of generations of watching your family die in front of you.
Asahi being alive was disappointing for me.
What?
Because the death was so meaningful when it happened. It was beautiful.
Wow. The killing of a little girl was beautiful for you.
The grief, the despair, the falling into depression, like it was so well written. And then when Asahi came back, it was anticlimactic, and I almost thought that it was a flashback happening, because we had so many flashbacks, because while she was having her grief period, she kept seeing the person she kept seeing her memories. So like when she came back, I thought, oh, maybe this is a memory. And it wasn't. It was just like, oh, you really missed it. You dropped the ball with this one. I can allow it, I guess. But how did she get the crow in the end? Like, I feel like that's how would you get it? You didn't have the blue blood or whatever. We already saw her blood because we saw when she got kidnapped. It was all red, although that was planted, clearly.
No, it wasn't clear that it was planted.
How was it? She went to the old lady's house, so why would the blood be all over the house?
Okay, listen to how it makes sense.
Okay, go on.
There were 3 pills. Suki took one. What's his name? Kazuhara took one. So who got the 3rd one? You gave it to her. That's where she got it.
Mind blown.
There we go.
Okay. One other thing I didn't predict.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
about. Predictable. No, it was still
but you didn't see that one though, innit? That one. You didn't see that one.
All right. You are correct.
See? Look. There were so many undercurrents going on as well. The civil unrest thing, as Ruka said, yeah, it was a backdrop. It didn't mean nothing. But I do like the undertones of like identity, taking new identity, doing whatever you needed to survive, and just changing and switching up the game in order to progress along in life, and the futility of it. Just as we thought you got your revenge. Tricks on you, it wasn't the bad guy. And you died in the street.
Well, she didn't die in the street.
Okay, you got stabbed in the street and died in your house.
That ending was really, really sad. Yeah. I had to pull myself together before we came on here because it made me cry.
Ruka was bawling like a baby.
It was so sad. And it's not the fact that she died. What really got to me is the diary at the very end. If you watch it, or if you've watched it, you'll know what I mean, where she was saying like, I hate you, I'm sorry I said I hate you. Basically all the things that you kind of feel when you lose someone really close to you.
Yeah, that was tough.
It's like, it just got me, you know? Like, I couldn't hold it back.
That was really tough. Like, listening to the inner monologues of someone going through grief. And watching it written on paper, because if you actually looked at the way that the diary was written, you could see how angry it was written. There was no form. There was well done, guys.
They really did pay, like I said, visually, they really did pay attention to detail. They really did give everything that they had.
I want to talk about Suki, because like me and Ruka were having a little bit of a debate about how I thought Suki's character was valid. And she was like, that girl made no sense. So I'm gonna let you start this one so I can finish it.
I felt like Suki's character did kind of get ruined.
What? Sorry,
At first, I could understand his motivations with Sawa. So, as I was saying, at the beginning, I could understand where he was going with Sawa because obviously he loved her and some kind of twisted love at first. Why not just say so? First of all, you're telling me that you would rather ruin her whole life, make sure everybody she loves is dead just so you'll be a thought in her head, but you can't just say, you want to go on a date? You want to go out to eat? Should we see where this goes? I don't get it. Like, the steps that you took are so extreme, but you can't say, let's go out. Also, you gave Sawa the way to get away from everything. You said you wanted her to get away from everything, and then you chase her down, kill her sister, daughter, and then you like try and get her to kill you as well.
Are you not gonna go further back into it, where you handed her over to Janome?
Right. Oh my god, that was so ridiculous. You handed her over. No, yeah,
make your point.
You're right.
Make your point.
You're
You're gonna
right.
make your point. Make your point. Because I feel your point. Don't get me wrong. I get your point. So go on. Take it all the way back.
Handed her over to Janome, and then at the last minute, after you've allowed all her blood to get taken, you're like, oh, actually, Janome, I've been working for you, but no, I'm gonna fight against you at the worst possible moment when all the snakes are out, and oh my god, oh.
Super switch up. Okay, listen. This is where Suki was an amazing character. Right? Okay, Suki was tapped, yeah? We all know that they were tapped. There's no denying that. We can both agree on that, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, good. We can both agree they were tapped, which is fine. However, it made sense. The whole time they were quoting The Merchant of Venice. The whole time they were putting themselves in the role of the tragic hero. The whole time they were putting themselves on the stage where they knew they didn't belong. And the only person's eyes that needed to be on them was the main character. And they tried everything to become the one person, at least at some point, that the main character could think about. It's the same as being in love with someone that you just want to magically love you, even though you're putting no work in. In their head, Suki had a warped sense of reality that if I could do something special for this person and give them the world, they will look at me as if I'm more than just a colleague. But obviously, Sawa had her own thing. She was going for revenge. Her whole life was only built for one thing, which was revenge and avenging the person who murdered her clan. So she didn't give a toss about you. So obviously, you had to kill her sister daughter so that she could give a toss about you. But even in that moment, after you killed the sister daughter, she's thinking about the sister daughter. She ain't thinking about you.
Why would she be thinking about you?
So obviously, you took some weird drugs, you went on a high, you did some stupid things, and then you got clawed in the chest. That's how it happens in life. That's reality, and that's what happened in it.
It wasn't reality because someone who has shown no signs of substance addiction and should be quite stable in that way because...
No signs of substance addiction.
Yeah, from before.
The whole body was augmented. Every single time they got into pain, they took hallucinogenics.
Okay.
And before that, their whole body was augmented. Every single time they went on the mission, they were saying, I'm going to improve this augmentation. I'm going to improve that augmentation. The whole time, bruv. There was an addictive personality there, fam.
No.
The whole time.
No, it was still controlled. We never saw him.
Of course, it starts off controlled.
No, listen, fam.
Listen,
it was controlled the whole time until he gets the bottle of pills and he takes the whole thing in like one day.
Bruv, the pain is much.
He was taking like 5 at a time. Every works their way up, man.
Yeah, he did. He went from 0 to 5. What? Bruv, nah, look. The pain was too much. He took on too much. Then he took on more pain than they could handle. And then boom.
The doctor was like, don't go crazy. And he was like, bet.
Pop, pop, pop.
He took them all in like one day.
Hold my beer. I'm taking this.
Those would have been strong.
Yeah.
How was he still moving seriously? And he managed to reach Asahi in that state before Sawa got to him.
Hallucinogenics is a hell of a drug.
like I said, this is not a plot type thing. So, Big Boy Sama, what do you think about this overall?
What, as an overall, like, do I think it's hot or not? Obviously, it's hot. I don't give a toss. This was my cup of tea from before I knew how to drink it. Do you get what I mean? It was so me. Like, the beautiful way they told the story, I was all for it. The graphics was beautiful. The song choices were beautiful. The quotes from Shakespeare were beautiful. The quotes from the old style Japanese haikus were beautiful. The way that she had to invoke the spirit of the bird and the whole like, you know, transformation jutsu was beautiful. And the fact that every single, like, the character was a manga reader. Do you get what I mean? Like, if we're an anime channel, this is our people. Like, the main character was our people. Like, I can't big this up anymore. I loved it. A star, gold. Give him all the tea. It's fire. Sorry, what did you think?
Asahi was my favorite character in this whole thing.
Okay, you're entitled to your opinion.
Sawa's story was really interesting once you let the fluff fall into the background and just sort of concentrate on her.
Yeah.
And visually, this is something special.
Yeah.
Definitely something special. I have not seen anything like this in a really long time. It's almost as if it was animated in watercolors. It's fabulous. They have managed to make the lack of color even look really good. They've done something special with this. It has to be a hot. There's no other way I could judge this. I really did enjoy it. At some points I was like, this should have ended at episode 6. That's what I actually said when I got to episode 7. But I am glad I watched the whole thing. It was really good.
So was I
for once.
Shut up.
Or twice.
Shut up.
I thought you wanted me to say it.
Just say it.
Big Boy Sama was right.
Look, my favorite character in this whole show is Suki, because Suki was amazing. I don't care. Suki was the best character in the whole show. Tapped in the head, brought you drama. Oh my gosh. Like, if you're watching any reality TV show, that's the person you want in there. And Suki was my favorite character.
You were supposed to end the show. You already said why you liked it. Nobody told you to come back.
I needed it to come home, people. Come on. Suki for the win. Okay. All right. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Leave it in the comments and let us know what you thought about this. Did you agree with us or did you have a different opinion? I could understand if you did.
Peace.